Research Institute, Andishe Online-Germany, AOG. Themes from the University. Theme 15. The last scene. Examination of the last moment in every earthly life. The universe consists of a number of phenomena that arise from the basic laws of creation. These laws were drawn up by the origin of creation or God and were made available to the first creature, called Mahiyat, by Master Elohi, long before the Big Bang was known to science. From the teachings of Master Elohi, it can be deduced that all these phenomena are subject to special rules because the universe, even in its narrowest corners, is governed by certain laws. Although we humans may find these phenomena chaotic or irrational, according to the teachings of Master Elohi, all areas of the universe consisting of material and semi-material worlds are in fact schools and laboratories made available to souls to attain spiritual perfection. Everything that happens in each multiverse is in accordance with this intention. Whether we agree with it or not, whether we understand it or fundamentally reject it. However, the emergence of these phenomena continues under the same mechanism. In this respect and for the purpose of learning, when a soul is connected to a basharic system, namely earthly or basharic soul, body, or simply bashar, on planet Earth, it will be informed at different times and in different situations about some events. This is called inspiration. With some of these inspirations, the affected person is reminded of some things, no matter how close or far he is from the origin of creation, which has a great influence on his soul. This can also happen during sleep. Death is must for all kinds of creatures, from which no one can escape. According to the teachings of the University of the Perfection process from the beginning of its creation, from the first earthly life, every celestial soul has 1,000 earthly lives, and since the sum of both lives must be 100 years, each person can live an average of 50 years in each earthly life. This means that, if a person lives 90 years in one life, he may only live 10 earthly years in the next life. However, the length of life can be increased or decreased under certain conditions. For example, if someone does not take care of his health or is addicted to drugs, he will certainly have a shorter life. Every earthly life can be compared to a theater scene whose actors are the people. The difference is that in a secular theater, the scenario is completely predetermined and the actors cannot change anything about it, whereas in the life theater, in each period, a part of the scenario is written in our past lives with our actions, thoughts, and intentions, and another part depends on the kind of role we play in the current scene, that is, in this life. But this means that we are actually left free in the execution of the role. From this, we can conclude that we neither have 100% free will over our daily actions nor are they absolutely obligatory, but that we are somewhere in the middle. The stage manager and director of this play are the origin of creation and real personalities commissioned by God. The people are both scriptwriters and actors. Moreover, neither God nor the above-mentioned personalities expect us to play an absolutely perfect role. They expect us to play our self-written role in accordance with the rules and instructions of the director. As already mentioned, we humans can only access part of this scenario, which is the part we have to write and execute while acting. For example, we know that stealing is not allowed in this game, which means that the script is written in a way that we shouldn't steal under any circumstances, but sometimes during this game, we are impoverished as an unexpected scene, and this is where we have to write and execute that part of the scenario ourselves. This is nothing more than our reaction to the situation, and is actually our test in this respect. At the same time, you have to keep in mind that on the life stage, none of us knows who plays which role and what is coming up in the next scene because we are not allowed to read the script. Some of us don't even know which rules to follow, and in the worst case scenario, we even don't pay attention to the director's instructions. When a show ends in a theater and the audience cheers the actors and actresses as they leave the stage, everyone has a very pleasant feeling because it's all over, no matter how they played their part. Similar is the situation on stage of more important theaters. Earthly life, with more influential actors, people. This means that as soon as a baby enters the material world, the first part of his acting career begins, which lasts until puberty. This period does not include responsibilities that hold people accountable, but it does cause reactions to their actions. The second part of every person's acting career begins at puberty and lasts until the end of his life in this earthly life. This acting will cause both reactions and responsibility, in which the person can be held accountable. The sequence of scenes in this theater, that is life, is endless. Everyone plays their part in it and leaves the scene at a certain time. This is the moment we call death. The very last scene of the play is unique for everyone. At this end point, as the last sequence, his entire play, that is, his whole life, appears like a film before his eyes, and she realizes how she has played in general. This is the reason why people stare stunned in a certain direction at the moment of death, sometimes with a wrinkled forehead and sometimes with a little tender smile on their lips, because they see that they have done sometimes bad and sometimes good in their life. At the end of the movie, which is the last scene, they are definitely relieved and happy to see that the time of art is over and that at least they don't have to return to the stage so soon. Afterwards, in the hereafter, various sequences of the earthly life of each person or each soul are shown and examined several times. Research and investigation, Farah Mars Tabish. Source: the works of Master Elahi.